Hi, I'm Chris Winn, a realtor with Keller Williams in Orlando, Florida. And today I wanted to share with you some of the things that your parents, your friends that own homes, and probably even your neighbors have never told you about the home buying process. I mean, a house is the biggest asset that most Americans will ever own. And a lot of people, as they start the home buying process, they kind of delude themselves into thinking that buying a home is going to be pretty easy. That could be the case, but in the majority of transactions, it's not necessarily the easiest thing you've ever done. Well, the first thing is you have to remember when you buy a home, you're actually making two purchases. The first is you're buying the home, but the second is you're buying the money that it takes to purchase the home. So these two things kind of have to align in order for you to get the house of your dreams. Not only have you got to find the house, but then you've also got to arrange the financing and secure that to make sure that you're in the go. It's tempting for homeowners to think of a mortgage as an incidental expense, but the reality is that the loan itself is a significant piece of the home buying transaction. And in many cases, it's the getting the loan that ends up killing the deal. The best thing that you can do to leverage yourself to be able to get that house is to make sure that you get pre-approved from a mortgage broker or lender before you even start looking. The next thing to remember is that homes are like people. They all have problems. Every single house has issues. Some just have more issues than others. The shock generally comes to buyers when they get their inspection report back. We know inspectors go out, they go through with a fine-tooth comb, looking for every little thing that they can find that's wrong with the house. That's why we love them. They're professional pessimists. They look for these things that we may not be able to see with our natural eye. And they're really good about taking, HD photos of every little thing they see. And sometimes it comes across looking this big on the inspection report, and it can scare buyers. The thing you have to remember is that a lot of things that show up in the inspection report are things that could potentially just be small things, maybe cosmetic things, or inexpensive things to fix. Maybe they don't even need to be fixed at all, and the inspector was just letting us know about a potential thing that he or she found. But the thing to remember is that even new construction homes are bound to have a flaw or two, so that shouldn't deter or scare you away from the home buying process. The next thing to remember is that your real estate agent should be a partner in the home buying process, not a salesman. They should be focused on finding you a good property and not necessarily selling you something. The thing is, you have to remember that you're building a relationship, and that's the flip side of the coin, is that you have to kind of know and respect boundaries as well. Sometimes clients forget that realtors have lives outside of work and that they have other clients to attend to. But as long as you've got the expectation set from the beginning and that you've found somebody that you can have a good partnership with, you should be in good hands. If if your realtor is coming across too much of a salesperson, it may not be a good match for you. On the other hand, maybe you want someone that's kind of salesy because that's your style. The thing is, you want to find a realtor who is someone that fits your style and can work for you, and that you do your part to make sure you communicate what you're really looking for and be honest with your realtor as well. The next thing, HGTV does not resemble reality. Before becoming a realtor, I loved to watch those shows on HGTV, especially the one where the person goes out and sees 3 homes, and within 30 minutes by the end of the show, they've chosen a house, and it shows you, them moving in, and now you've got this brand new house in 30 minutes. The reality is, it doesn't happen that way. There's hundreds of hours of footage that have been shot and left out just to be whittled down to the small show that we see on television. So yes, they're probably real buyers, and yes, they're going and trying to find the perfect house. Yes, they're making an offer, but the thing is, in real life, that process can be long, it can be a little bit stressful, and it does take time. So just remember that when you start to go out to look for homes and going through the home buying process, that it isn't Hollywood, it's real life. The final thing I want to bring to your attention today is that I want you to consider resale value. I know that feels like it's jumping the gun a little bit, but at some point, the house that you're so excited to buy is going to be a house that you're going to be so excited to sell. Statistics show that most people move within 6 to 8 years. I mean, life happens. Job transfers, people have kids and need a bigger house, kids move away and people want a smaller house. I mean, something's going to happen where one day you're probably going to want to move from this house. So consider 3 things. Location, location, location. That more than anything is definitely going to help determine the resale value when it comes time for you to end up selling your house. And if you can kind of think of that with the end in mind, so to speak, when you start the process, it's going to save you a lot of hassles and heartache down the road. So I guess that's it. The bottom line is, know what you're getting into when you go out to start looking for homes. Find yourself a good reputable realtor. And let me tell you this, if you don't know one, call me. I'll find one for you. I network with realtors all across the country and would be happy to set you up with a realtor that can help you in your own house hunt. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to let me know. My contact info is here on the screen and I'm happy to hear from you.